Good afternoon. Today we are going to discuss the use of non-finite verbs. We know there's a difference between a finite verb and a non-finite verb. A finite verb changes according to the change in the subject, its number and its person. It also changes according to the change in the tense form. So when the tense changes, the verb also changes. And the verb which changes according to the change in the tense and according to the change in the subject is called a finite verb. Now let's discuss non-finite forms of verbs in detail. There are three kinds of non-finite verbs. One is infinitive. The second one, gerund. And the third one is participle. Let's start with the infinitive. An infinitive is a form of the verb which does not allow any kind of inflection. That means we do not use the ed form when it is an infinitive. It does not allow ed form or ing form or any other form. It's a base form of the verb that we use as the infinitive. For example, let's analyze a sentence. She loves to sing. Here loves is a finite verb. To sing is a non-finite verb. And to sing is an infinitive with to. There are two kinds of infinitives. One is a bare infinitive, which means it does not take to before that. She made me run. In that sentence, run is the non-finite verb. It's an infinitive which does not take to. She made me run. Made is a finite verb. Run is a non-finite verb. And this non-finite verb is an infinitive. And this infinitive is without to. So it's a bare infinitive. So these two infinitives are non-finite verbs. Now let's analyze the participle form. A participle is a non-finite verb. There are two kinds of participles, ing participles and past participles. Ing participles are formed by adding ing to the base form of the verb. Past participle, we already know, it's a third form of the verb. And these two forms, ing participle and past participles, are non-finite verbs. Now let's analyze some sentences. Crying aloud, she came into the room. There are two words, crying, came. Came is a finite verb because when the tense changes, came changes. For example, if you change the tense into present, crying aloud, she comes into the room. But the verb crying does not change. So crying is a non-finite verb. And say it is the ing form of the verb. It does not undergo any kind of change. Let's analyze another sentence. Written in good language, it is highly appreciated. Written in good language. Written. Let us see. Written is a non-finite verb, which is the third form of the verb. So the ing form of the verb and the third form of the verb can be used as a non-finite verb, but not always. They are usually used as a non-finite verb in sentences where these verbs do not undergo any kind of change. The third one is gerund. What's a gerund? A gerund is the ing form of a verb which does the function of a noun. It means it can be used wherever a noun is used. It can be used as a subject part of a sentence. It can also be the object part of a verb. So that means a gerund can be used as a noun wherever whenever a noun is used, we can use a gerund. I'll give you an example. Speaking English is easy. Here speaking is a gerund. It's a non-finite verb. Swimming is a good exercise. Swimming is gerund. It's also a non-finite verb. I like swimming. There swimming is a gerund. It does a function of a noun. It's a non-finite verb. So remember, there are three kinds of non-finite verbs. One is infinitive, which has two forms, bare infinitive and to infinitive. The second one is gerund, which is the ing form of a verb which does the function of a noun. And the third one is participle, which can be either ing participle or past participle. Thank you.